Hello, my beautiful classmates. All right, I'm going to be telling you a nice story today from my life. And a lot of people might find this story controversial or opinionated, but I'm going to tell it anyways because it means a lot to me. And I know I learned something from it. I am a changed person from the experience. And I'm actually hoping to maybe convince some of you or maybe broaden your horizon of what you think about the certain topic of my speech. So, it can be a little controversial and maybe not most appropriate for a college speech class, but I'm going to tell it anyways. My mother really does not like this story, so I tell it to her anyways because it makes her upset. But, anyways, the speech is about me doing psychedelic mushrooms. Yeah, it's illegal. I understand that, but I think you've only got one shot on this earth, so you might as well do at least some of the other drugs. You've got to try other things, and it's really healthy for people, I think, to step outside of their comfort zone and try different things. So that's what I was hoping to do in this experience, and I'm going to tell you the story of what I learned from it personally. So it all started when my friend and I, who we've been friends since junior year, we both had a similar interest in doing the drug. So we decided let's do it together if we're both first-time users of it. Um, we weren't very worried about what could happen, or really, we didn't do much planning at all as to what could have happened or the dangers of it. I think we just both kind of had similar experiences with lesser drugs like marijuana and things like that. So we figured, why not? We'll be all right. Which isn't a bad, uh, what motto for life. Which isn't a bad game plan, if you say. You might just want to jump into things. Who knows? Try something new. Anyways, so we both decided to do the drug. He came over to my house. Um, we ate them in a sandwich, I think, and our plan was to walk around the state forest near our house. Yeah, we were just gonna go for a walk in the woods, and it was gonna be a great time, and it was. It was a great time. We were, on another planet while doing it, but basically we just walked along the water for about an hour. We brought his dog with us, which actually I think helped. Looking back at it now, I think that helped out a lot because who's upset around a dog? If you're upset near a dog, you have some serious, thinking to do. Dogs are, I don't know, just free your anxiety in so many ways. Anyways, so about an hour or two in, I get this idea. My stupid, I don't know where I got this idea from, but I was going to climb a tree. I saw a tree. I'm going to climb it, okay? It looked very climbable. So I start climbing the tree, and Devaris is on the ground. Oh, I said his name. My friend is on the ground, freaking out, really just having a meltdown that I'm climbing a tree. I don't know why. So I said, hey man, calm down. I'm just climbing the tree. And I never had a fear of heights or anything, so I felt very comfortable up there. But basically, I get to a really high point in the tree, or it seemed that way, as I was under the influence of a very powerful and intense drug. I get to a very high point in the tree, and I see in the distance is lightning. Yeah, there's a lightning storm coming in, and I think, oh crap. I'm at the top of a tree. That is a giant bolt of electricity that is coming from the sky. What's that all about? So I start panicking and I think, okay, I have to get down from this tree. So I start descending it, and for some reason in my brain, descending is the same as ascending. So I'm just like in this constant loop of doing this. I don't, I don't know how I got down from the tree to this day. I really don't know what was going on. For me personally, I could feel my lungs doing this. I guess that's breathing. I don't know why I was so hyper fixated on my lungs just doing this. I could like see them coming out. Crazy. You'd have to do it for yourself to understand. I mean, it's just a ridiculously powerful drug, and we really shouldn't have been on as much as we were. But anyways, I get down from the tree, and Devaris is like this. Whoa! I said his name again. My friend is like this, freaking out, and I go, "Calm down, man, calm down." But there is a thunderstorm over there. We should probably go. And he says, "Okay, okay, okay." And he said later on to me after that, he said he was had a panic attack while I was going up the tree. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry about that." But he said, when you got down from the tree and said to me, "Everything is all right, but we need to get out of here," I realized that I shouldn't worry so much. And he had this revelation, this epiphany to himself that I don't need to worry about, what other people are doing. And he said he learned a really big lesson from that, and he still carries that with him every single day throughout life. So I think that's a really impressive feat of, what we were doing. And people see it as a negative connotation, and then here this guy is who, and I know it's not this way for everybody, but he gained from it. He had a positive experience. My experience from this drug was also just life changing, and still to this day, I'm really fascinated by it. And I tell this people to, or I tell this story to a lot of people with similar problems. But from a very early age, I had a speech impediment. I had a stutter, a recurring stutter when I got nervous or when when I was in an uncomfortable situation, basically. And that just got so much worse and worse through middle school and high school, and it really came out when I started to talk to girls and things like that. When I was trying to flirt, it just broke me, dude. I mean, it was impossible to, feel any sort of self-confidence when just every time that you muster up the courage to go and talk to, a girl that you like, and then you go up to her and start, it's just really can be emotionally traumatic for a person. But I had this girl that I really, really cared for at the time. She was one of our friends in our friends group, and it was no secret that I liked her because every time that I would try and communicate with her, I was stuttering, and it was very obvious that I was nervous to be around her. So, anyways, she was the one that was picking us up from our walk in the forest. So, as my friend and I get back to out of the forest in the parking lot, she's there, and I get in the car, and I look her in the eyes like this, and I'm postured up, and I'm speaking confidently to her, and I say, "Hi, Genesis, how are you?" And I didn't stutter, and I said things, and I elocuted it in the way that I wanted to, and I was thinking in the way, and I was still under the experience of the drug. I was probably at the worst part of the trip, which is really bad. So, and I just said what I needed to say without stuttering, and that had never happened to me before. And as soon as that went off, I had this click where I just went, "This is just like divorce. This is just my personal anxiety that I have to get over. It doesn't actually exist in the real world. It only exists in my head because I'm turning this fear of scary parts of life into this real thing that's affecting me, and I need to get over it. I need to start practicing and understanding that I don't have to be postured over like this and looking down when I'm talking to people. I can be confident and look people in the eye, and I can get over things that seem scary to me but might actually not exist." So I understand that not everybody has these same experiences when they try the drugs. A lot of people who I think don't have as much self-control um, start freaking out or whatever. But for people who I can clearly see carry this weight around them and this giant lurking shadow that is anxiety with them every single day, I can clearly see that those people should. I recommend the drug to them because I tell them my experience and I say, "Look, this happened for me. Could happen for you." I mean, there's 7 billion people on this planet, and all you ever hear about is mental health, and anxiety, and depression. There's ways of getting around those things, and you know, whatever it may be, whether it's an idea as radical as taking a psychedelic mushroom to cure it. I've just heard only positive things about experiences of others. I heard this one story of a guy who was growing deaf, and he took the drug, and he was sitting in a lawn chair outside like this, and he could hear ants crawling behind him. He could hear the footsteps of ants. A guy who was going deaf, just because he took a psychedelic mushroom. So people associate them with party drugs and all of these different things, but there's just so much. It's so in depth the research that you can get into the positive benefits of the drug, and I think people should really stop calling it a drug because it's not addicting. It's just this outer body experience that, for me and my friend, and for millions of other people, have cured really big problems in their life. And so, if you know, people in this world don't like to agree on anything, there's always a majority versus a minority and differing opinions on things. But I feel like if science and things like that could start backing the drug and proving to people that this made-up myth that it is hurting people is, we could just abolish that entire myth. Uh, a lot of people would walk around happier, healthier. There's just, if you are spaced out on a drug, laying in a field like this with your eyes just shot open, just in a different planet, you're not hurting anybody. You're not committing crime. You're not robbing a bank. It's just, I think the world would be such a better place with people who understand that, okay, these made up things that scare me and hurt me, I can get over that through my own thinking, just through my own brain. So, anyways, I really hope you enjoyed my speech, and I really hope that you listen to it with an open mind. All right, have a great day.